How is it going, everyone? It's Johnny Beard here with another episode of Streamer Stories podcast. And my guest today is someone who I've admired from afar for many years now, and I can't wait to get started and talk to them. It is the one and only Xenofaux. Here she is. How you doing?
Hello. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for having me on. It's I've been wanting to come on for a while. So because I've seen
Oh,
you
what?
I've been mutuals with a lot of the people you've done them with. So I've seen
That's
them around and
true. We were just talking about
yeah,
that just before we pressed record, weren't we? Like, again, let's just immediately shout out Tangamushi. Absolutely
love
wonderful
her.
bean.
Love her so much. I met her when she was averaging like 12 viewers and I was too. And so it's so to see how far she's come. I'm just so proud of her and she seems to be having so much fun. So it's so happy. I just makes me so happy to see everybody growing and having fun.
Oh, definitely, 100%. Again, you're on your own journey now, but we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We'll
I'm
get to
currently
that in a
partner
bit.
pushing at the moment.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
excited for that to be over. Not a fan of that.
Oof, goodness me.
It's just stressful how because I had to turn, like my view count back on and stuff like that. But honestly, everyone's been so nice. I've been having so much fun playing. I've just been doing the usual. Honestly, as far as the push goes, it's just saying it's a push. That's all that's been different.
Yeah, yeah,
But having to watch those stream summaries is like, I'd rather
yeah.
not. I'm ready for this to be over, whether we get it or not.
Yes, bless you. Goodness me. I can't wait to talk to you about that.
Yeah,
But Zeno, if you it's okay if we call you Zeno, isn't it? Just
of
for short.
course.
Um,
Yeah.
so do you want to introduce yourself and tell us what type of content you do?
Absolutely. So my name is Xenofaux. I started streaming at the very beginning of 2022. I'm a retro and horror streamer mainly. I have recently joined the Lies of P creator program, so I've been going very hard on the Lies of P. It's very weird addition into that because how does that fit in with horror and retro? It doesn't. But people seem to enjoy it. I love it. We are on New Game Plus 8 today. We're going to start New Game Plus 9 right after, go right into the next one because I'm addicted. I have a problem. Um, I also play Final Fantasies on Tuesdays, which has been an interesting addition. I play 14. I usually play with one of my mods, Chunkabo, and we just have a really good time laughing and just being very dumb on the game together. So it's been a lot of fun.
Amazing. You're basically a variety streamer now, then.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, branching out.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it comes to horror, I mean, again, as I said, we've known each other for many years now, and your aesthetic is just wow, incredible. Like your horror
Thank you.
aesthetic is just incredible.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my
So
roots will always be in horror for sure.
for
Always.
sure, for sure. Oh well, have they always been horror? That's what we'll find out shortly, then, because we're going to talk about little Xenofaux when you were a kid. So
Oh.
what were your first like? So was video games always a part of your life? What was your first memories of video gaming? Were you playing it? Were you watching it? What was it? Family, friends? What was it? What's the story?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started playing video games with my dad. The very first video game I ever played was A Link to the Past, which is funny because I recently heard one of my friends call that Boomer Zelda. So I'm real happy about that.
What?
Like I'm not that
No.
old. Like calm down. Like I'm. Not... But
I beg your
that was my
pardon.
very first video game. Yeah, exactly. It's like chill, girl.
Audacity.
You're like 5 years younger than me. You need to calm down, girl. Like. But yeah, that was my first video game. I mostly just watched. I was like 5 at that time, so I didn't really fully understand. And I mean, even now that game is hard, right? Like that's not an easy game. So I would always watch my dad, and we would start playing together. I would take notes for him, and then I started really getting into playing them myself around the time that Ocarina of Time came out.
Nice,
And that
yeah.
was one of the first games I really got heavy into. And sometimes we would, switch places. I would take notes for him in like the water temple because I don't know if you're familiar with the water temple in Ocarina, but
I am, yeah.
there's like 40 keys in that temple for some reason. I'm not sure what that was about, but it's confusing for that reason for sure. So I would always mark those down for him and we would get through it together. And we
Oh,
had some temples,
amazing.
that I was good at and some that he was good at. Like I always loved, the bottom of the well and the shadow temple were my favorites. Obviously, look at me. And
Yes.
then as I got older, the spirit temple kind of became my favorite as well. And to this day, Zelda is definitely one of my top games. And then, the PS1 came out as well. And I started playing Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Mainly Silent Hill, but those are my three mains are Zelda, Resident Evil, and Silent Hill.
Nice.
I love Silent Hill 1 to this day. It's just, I still think it's the scariest game ever made. It's just terrifying. It holds up so well.
does. It really does. I played it on my charity event last a couple of weeks ago as part of a shuffler with
Did you?
17 other games. Yeah.
Oh
And
my goodness.
oh god, yeah, it was, but again it is. I love Sight. I think it's so underrated now. Like
It is.
people go straight to 2 and don't get me wrong, 2 is amazing. I'm not going to go into that. But people don't, it's almost like people just don't realize how good 1 is. It's like play
I
it. It's
agree.
still I think it's aged very well. I think it's aged like wine. It's very nice.
Beautifully. Beautifully, yeah. And three as well. I feel like it's so
Scary.
funny that people love two so much because I remember back when it came out, people were mad when two came out because it was such
Mhm.
a huge departure from one. And
Yeah.
that's why they went back to it in three. So it's like, why are we changing it? I feel like Wind Waker did the same thing though. People hated that too. And now they
You know
love it.
what? I'm so happy you said that, Zeno. Like I remember Pepperidge Farm remembers the early
Right.
reviews of Silent Hill 2. Like they
Yeah.
weren't. People got this perception that Silent Hill 2 came out critical acclaim, goat game all the time, and it's been like that for over 20 years. No, it wasn't. Silent
Yep.
Hill
It
2
has not.
had mixed to positive reviews, and it
Yep.
was a major departure.
Mm-hmm.
But it grew. It grew to becoming the grandfather of psychological horror.
It really
But
did.
people forget that.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how we change history that way. It's still very interesting that that one got a remake first. I guess I could
Right.
kind of see why they did it since it's a standalone game. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it is interesting because mm, have they confirmed? They confirmed the work. Blue Team have confirmed the work on a Silent Hill title. That's what they said, isn't it? But they haven't said what.
Did they? Yeah, I
Yeah,
would love to see them do four next because four had so many good ideas that
yeah.
just I feel like were not executed well, and I don't. There are a few games that have made me as mad as Silent Hill 4. Love it, but boy, did that game make me mad.
It's so funny. I have played like 1, 2, 3, and 4 within the last 12 months, as in
Have you?
two remake. And not played 2 OG. I played 2 OG probably about three
Gotcha.
years ago. And yeah, 4 again. That was my first time playing 4 in about 12 years, and
Yeah.
I think 4 is underrated, but it is still so frustrating. Like in terms of
Mhm.
ideas and the way it goes about certain things, it's some like again, there's some really distressingly horrible moments in that game.
Oh, yeah.
I like for me like one of the most horrible parts. Spoiler alert, I suppose is the electric chair death. For me, that's horrifying. It's a
It
horrible
is.
death. I mean, all the deaths are nightmares, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
The horrible things that happen to all the characters. And I think Walter Sullivan is one of the most underrated villains of all time. I think he's a
He's so cool.
fantastic
He's
villain.
so interesting, and just seeing, like, what he went through and seeing a lot of his lore in, 4 and stuff. It was great to learn more about him because he's always been super interesting, and it was so he's so tragic. I feel awful for him. Even
Yeah,
despite what he did, I feel awful.
completely agree. Completely agree. But no, I'm hoping Blue Team will work on 1 next. I'm hope like
Okay.
you have said, like Silent Hill 2 then 1 or Silent Hill 2 then 4. What? Why? What? Well, it's a weird one to start with
Yeah,
2.
it
I
is
get
weird.
apart from the obvious money maker that it inevitably became.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't understood. I never understood why they went for 2. It's odd, but hey, they did a great job. I've not finished 2 remake yet. I've just started it,
Oh,
but
you
I'm
haven't?
loving it so far. So I'm currently near the end of the hospital. So
Okay.
yeah,
And you're
we
liking
shall
it? How
see.
are you feeling, like, next to the original?
So I've just got past the part where you properly meet Pyramid Head
Okay.
with that scene in the kitchen.
Yeah,
And I think that whole scene, beat for beat, was better than the original.
I could
Hot
agree with
take,
that.
maybe? I don't know, but
No.
I genuinely think they got it right. I think they got it completely right. Um, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it because again, we talk about the flaws of Silent Hill 2 because it's not a perfect game, despite what people think it is.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
think
course.
there's a lot of warts on an incredibly, it's a very rough diamond. I think Silent Hill 2, and
Mhm.
so far I'm loving the changes they've made. Like I think the battle system is much nicer. And I think so far the decisions they've made for the story I'm enjoying. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. glad you're enjoying it. I finished. I had a lot of issues with it. Just getting it to run. I always have struggles with Unreal Engine 5. I don't know what it is. I'm just cursed with Unreal Engine 5. They just crash after crash after crash for me, and I have a pretty good PC, so I don't know. It was weird, but I honestly I did enjoy the remake. I think if I wanted to replay 2, I would still probably choose the original just because it's not so long. I feel like a lot of remakes are getting very long,
Oh
and not
yeah.
every game needs to be so long. But they did a good job for what they had to do for sure.
Yeah, I am chewing on Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm taking my time with it, like a
Yeah,
lovely steak. And yeah, it does feel a lot longer than the OG. It does.
it
So
did.
yeah. Wow, that took a massive long slight left turn
We
about
love
Silent
Silent
Hill.
Hill too
I mean,
much.
not sorry, people listening and
That's,
watching
wait,
this.
wait, one more question. Can
Yes.
you rate 1 through 4 on your favorites? Rate
Ooh,
them.
only if you do. This is your episode.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
so 3 is my favorite. Um, 3, you
Interesting.
talk about scariness. Like 3 is terrified the shit out of me.
Terrifying.
Absolutely
Yeah.
terrified the crap out of me. My story with I think I mentioned this on my episode, so I've got my own episode as well. So check that out. I will plug myself on that one.
Yes,
But
please do.
I swear I talk about my relationship with Silent Hill games on that. I can't remember for sure, but I played Silent Hill 1 when it came out, kind of similar to what you just mentioned. But I didn't play 2. I didn't play 2 maybe mid 2000s, and then I didn't play 3. I then played the HD, the dreaded HD remaster
Oh
of
no.
both 2 and 3 in the mid 2010s, no, early 2010s. And that was my first forays into Silent Hill 3. And I was thinking, oh, I'm a big boy now. I'm not scared of Silent Hill. Silent Hill 3, oh, let's go and play it. And it absolutely it just throws you into the deep end, like bam,
Mm-hmm.
horror, get in there.
Immediately.
It's
Yep,
horrifying, and it's
it is.
and like even when you get even when you get out of the dream, like again, I love that. Like you're like, this is a nightmare dream in the park, in the amusement park. Oh, it's horrible. Like, oh, it's just a dream. Lol. I'm sure it's just gonna chill and bring you in. So, no, bam, you're in now again. Get
No.
back in there. Horrible. And it's like and then the hospital, like for me, like the mirror room was one of the
Oh, that
most
was terrifying.
that I was yeah I had a panic attack nearly. So
Oh my goodness. It's pretty
so
scary.
so 3, then 2, then 1, then 4. But I love all 4. I do love all 4.
Okay, okay, interesting list. I like it. Mine's pretty similar. I would rank it 1, 3, 2, and then 4, just because 4 makes me so mad. But I just love the story, and I love the ghost mechanic and all of that. They did some really interesting things, and especially with the apartment. And
Yeah,
I remember when I was little, the apartment felt so claustrophobic. But
yeah.
now in like 2025, we look at it and it's like, this is a huge apartment. Like this would be like $1 million right now. Like
It
it's just
would be.
weird how it like our perspective like changes. Like it felt so small, and I'm like, this is huge now. Like it was
Yeah.
weird. I've been having a lot of fun
Henry's apartment, $1
revisiting
million
them.
on the market. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Especially come here to Denver, they will mark things up here. So
It's a little asterisk. May or may not be haunted.
yeah,
May or
exactly.
may,
Maybe you'll get 1,000 off
yeah.
for that.
Maybe just don't open the walls. You'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Yeah,
Sometimes
we
have a
did
leaky.
my
Sometimes have a leaky sink.
yeah, no issues though. Just call the landlord.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Get a new fridge.
Get a new fridge. We recently did another playthrough of Silent Hill 3, which was my first one since I was in middle school, and I played it for the first time. And I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if you feel this as well, going back to games that you played when you were little, but I don't know if I got dumber because that Shakespeare puzzle, I've
Yeah.
never felt dumber in my life, especially on stream. Like everyone's watching me and waiting, and they're like, "I'm at 4. Like, I don't. How do I count? Like, I don't. I felt so dumb. I
Yeah,
felt so
yeah.
dumb."
Yeah, I totally feel you. Like Silent Hill puzzles are just hard anyway. I think, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
like playing
yeah. I
Resident Evil
always play on
game,
hard mode too,
fine.
but
Playing Silent,
yeah,
no. And
yeah.
like you said, there's that pressure of streaming it. I
Yes,
certainly find
like
it. Like if I'm offline, I'm like, oh, I'll just try and figure it out. I've got my own time. But if I'm on
exactly.
stream, I'm like, I need to kind of think about this now. People are
Yeah,
wanting progression. Da, 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 da. So yeah, I will like,
exactly.
oh, screw it. I'm just going to Google it. Or I'd sometimes go, okay, backseat me. Go on and tell me what the
Yes,
answer is, or give me a
yes.
steer. You know,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely have had that. Yeah. I love having people in chat who haven't played and can like we can pool our info together and figure it out together is also really fun too. But Yeah, man, Silent Hill on hard mode riddle is no joke. It's no joke.
No, I don't think I've ever tried hard mode on any Silent Hill game puzzles. I don't think,
Really?
no, I don't, no.
That's
I can
funny. Yeah,
barely do
I think you should
medium.
try it. Next challenge run, maybe?
Oof, yeah, maybe.
That's
Oh
valid
man.
though. They're hard.
So backtracking completely from all of that because that was wonderful and I loved that. Um, so that was beautiful what you mentioned about your relationship with your father in terms of like the tagging in and out almost, should we say, of you playing Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time. Absolutely loved that. And then you mentioned Resident Evil as well. So yeah, so tell me what your favorite. Sorry, you've already told me about your Silent Hills, and tell me what your favorite Zelda game is and your favorite Resident Evil game.
All right. My favorite Zelda game. It's so hard to pick just one. I have to say Ocarina though. I
Yeah.
think I have to say Ocarina. Top three would be Ocarina, Majora's Mask, and Link to the Past. Probably just for the nostalgia factor with Link to
Again,
the Past. But
Majora's Mask arguably just. By the way, I've only played Ocarina of Time. I didn't play many Nintendo games growing up. Don't. Please don't leave.
I'm
Please don't leave.
I'm we got to get you on that yesterday. Like
I played Ocarina on stream for the first time 2 years ago, and I had a
oh,
really good
how
time
was
with it.
that?
It was good. It was really good. And you mentioned the water temple. I was like, yeah, I remember the water temple.
Yeah, those
So
keys.
everyone was like, oh, JB, wait for the water temple. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, it's no
yeah.
joke. I was thinking I was stuck on the
It's
water temple
not.
for like 4 episodes, 4 weeks. Because I
Oh
usually
my
play, I'm one of those streamers
goodness.
that play a different game on different days of the week. So I was playing Ocarina of Time
That's
on a
what I do.
certain day of
Yeah,
the week. And I think it took me like
yeah.
4 weeks. Like a whole month of water
Oh,
temple.
you poor thing. That is water temple torture right there. That is
Yeah.
purgatory.
Yeah, I think my fingers were numb with the wetness when you've had a bath
Yeah.
for too long.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah,
Well, next time you play it, I'm sure you'll breeze through it though.
but you mentioned Majora's Mask. Like I've heard that's like again when it comes to like creepy factor, like
Very
up
scary.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, scared the heck out of me when I was a kid for sure. It makes me wonder if they meant to make it so scary, but it's also just a really depressing game. It is so depressing. It's so
Okay.
sad.
Okay. Noted.
And
Noted.
it's also really hard. So
Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah. Again, when I played Ocarina of Time, everyone was like, "Oh, you should play this one next. Play that one next. Play that one." Again, I don't know what one I'm going to play next because, but in my head before people were telling me all this, I was like, "Oh, surely it's Majora's Mask," and then people were like, "No, no, no,
Yeah.
play that, play that." Oh, pardon me. And I was like, "Oh, I really think that Majora's Mask would have been the one for me." But people are saying go
Yeah.
in a different direction. I think some people have said Link to the Past, and
Interesting.
some people have mentioned what's the one on the DS? There's one really good one on the DS. I can't remember what it's called now. But
Spirit tracks, maybe. Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, there's a few options. I'm like, oh goodness me, I only thought there was only one. Like if you've gone from Ocarina of Time, there's only one way to go, which is
It makes
Majora's
sense to
Mask.
me.
But
It's the
yeah,
same engine.
yeah. But yeah, I will. I might have to do that at some point this year. I might have
You
to get
you
into that.
gotta. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be in your stream daily. Like, hey, do you remember this? You remember
yeah,
Majora's Mask? And you said you're gonna
yeah.
play
You
it.
said
Just
it. You
reminding you.
said it.
You promised me. I just make up
Xeno,
a
please.
promise now. I'm just making things up at this point. I'll do it too. Don't play with me. I
So
love Majora. I think you would really like it, especially since you love horror. It's a really good game. It's very hard, but you'll be fine. You'll be
yeah.
fine.
Okay. I'll look at it for sure. I will look at it like genuinely. But
Yeah.
okay, Resident Evil. Then I mean, I'm a massive Resident Evil fan. So tell me what is your relationship with those games and what's your favorite?
Um, I always struggle to pick which one I like more between Resident Evil and Silent Hill, but Resident Evil definitely has more games that I like for sure. RE1 remake, no doubt, number one favorite. That
Yeah.
is a perfect game to me. That is how a remake should be to me. It's just perfect, and people still ask for another remake of it. I'm like, it's already been remade. You want another one? And you know what? I would be interested to see it. You can milk that game all you want. I will keep buying it. It is just such a good game.
I'm in that category. People are talking about Resident Evil 5 like next. I'm like, no. Go back to RE1 on the RE engine. Like, I want to see that.
I'd love to
Um,
see it.
I'd imagine, like you mentioned, claustrophobia. Like, I'd imagine in the third person over the shoulder in that mansion would be really claustrophobic if
Oh
you added
yeah.
like the RE2 remake zombies into it because the police station in
Hmm.
RE2 remake was really tight and horrible.
It
I'd
really
imagine
was.
I'd imagine that would be even worse in a good way for RE1
Right.
remake. And hey, the game series is turning 30 years old next year, so
Crazy.
I know.
I don't like that.
No,
But yeah, it makes me wonder if they're gonna remake. They're probably gonna remake 5 with the way they ended RE4 remake. It kind of seemed like it, right?
I've heard. I've not played the
Um,
DLC for 4 remake yet, but I've heard based on what other people are saying, like it's set to like smoothly for 5, and I'm like, oh okay.
it does seem to. I'd love to see 6 get a remake. That I actually streamed that. I co-streamed that with somebody a couple years ago, and it just doesn't work. Like we just couldn't progress. The game just is broken. Like I wanted to like it, but it just didn't play. Like
I played 6 on stream as well. So I did a couple of years about 3 years ago. I did Resident Evil 5 collabs, which again shout out to Tangamushi. She was one of the people I collabed with and played.
oh,
I played RE5 co-op with a different streamer each week, and it was so
oh,
good.
that's fun.
It was so much fun. Do it if you want.
I'd love
But
that. Yeah.
for RE6, I did the same thing last year. I played with a different streamer every single week, and I people like to crap on RE6, but
I
and
do.
rightfully so. But like, I appreciate the what's the word? The effort they put into RE6. Like they really didn't. People think that they tried to make it this bad game. They really didn't. They hammed to the hilt of like how
Agree.
much they wanted to make the biggest baddest blockbuster Resident Evil game ever made, and it's so ambitious. That's what I was looking for. It's so ambitious,
Yes.
but it
Agree.
falls apart. It's such a
Yep. It
shame.
sure did. I
Yeah.
will say I loved Piers though.
Yes.
I loved
Thank
him.
you. Is that your favorite campaign, Chris and Pierce?
Yes, absolutely.
Ah, we're just two pieces in the pod, Xeno.
I'm saying.
Everyone goes on about Leon's campaign. No, Chris's campaign's where it's at.
Ugh,
I love Pierce.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
Piers
agree.
is great.
Pierce's character is one of the best characters in the game, and it's very tragic. Um,
It is. Bring him back.
yes, somehow bring him back. Bring Wesker
Yeah.
while you're at it as well. Uh,
Thank you. I've been saying that for years. It's Resident Evil. You can do it. You
I
can
mean,
bring him back.
I've only got a Wesker tat. I've got a
Oh
Resident
my
Evil
god,
half sleeve,
yes.
so yeah.
There you go. I need to get a Resident Evil tattoo. I have a Triforce tattoo. It's the only one I have, but I
Let's
need to get
go.
more.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, that's amazing. Let's go. But yeah, I love Pierce. Yeah. Again, I'm not a big Chris Redfield guy. I think Chris is overrated, somewhat. But I love the. Oh, are we disagreeing on this one? Sorry.
You know what? I didn't like Chris until 8, so I can't even hate. I didn't even like him at all. He annoyed
Ah,
me. And then
yes.
I was like, oh my god, daddy, all of a sudden.
Yes.
It's the turtleneck. It's the turtleneck, I'm telling
Yes,
you.
I was exactly the same. I was exactly the same. I mean, as a straight white guy, I was like, "Daddy."
Right. It's like, oh, okay, I wasn't
I was like,
familiar with
"Hello,
your
Chris."
game. That is
My
hilarious.
wife had concerns. It's like, get out the room. It's me and Chris now. Yeah,
Leave
he's
us alone. Give us
so
some
daddy
privacy.
in RE8.
He
He really is.
is.
But like, I like him in RE6 as well in terms of his character flaws. Like, that's what I started to
Yeah,
actually really like about him. As like, RE1,
for sure.
he annoyed the crap out of me in Code Veronica.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that should be Claire's story. And yet he takes
Yeah.
over at the end and finishes the job. I'm like, no, it should be Claire. Brr. If I could change
I
one thing
agree.
about Code Veronica, if it gets remade, it's have Claire finish off Alexia,
Okay, I like that.
not Chris. But
Yeah,
he does. He's like
agree.
this like all American superhero. I'm like, no. Whereas in RE6, he's a drunken mess. He's flawed. He's the
Yep.
veteran, and his comrades are falling apart and stuff like that. And I love that. I love the flawed aspect of him.
Yes.
And then they kind of carried that kind of into 8 as well. So I kind of like that. So yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, and we don't talk about Chris and 7. I'm not sure
What's going
what they
on
did
there?
there. It's not my Chris.
That's not Chris. Oh
Resident
man.
Evil is so funny. I
Oh
can't wait to
goodness.
see what they do with 9. Hopefully, I would love them
Yeah.
to see them bring back Jill and Wesker and Chris, the trio.
Yeah. Well, rumors are that it's going to be Jill and Leon, isn't it? So
I'd
we'll
love
see.
that. Yeah, I'm not. How do you feel about Leon? Not a
I
fan
love Leon.
myself.
No,
Okay, that
I
seems
am
to be the
Team Leon.
consensus.
Yeah, I
I'm
do
like, is
love
something
Leon.
wrong with me? Why do I what is it about him I dislike? I just can't put my finger on it. I don't
I
know what
don't
it
know.
is.
I just I can I just like I just love how sassy he is in RE4. I just
Yeah,
I just love it.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I just think he's so badass. But
He
again, his
is.
journey from RE2 to RE4 is just like crazy. Like he's
It
such a
is. He was so baby.
he was, and it's almost. But and if it wasn't for the fact that they got the same voice actor, rest in peace, Paul. I can't remember what his name is now, but he passed away, didn't he? But he was the same voice actor and all that stuff. Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't think it was the same guy. You'd be thinking it's
Yeah,
two completely different
absolutely.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I do love Leon. So yeah, I can't. Sorry.
I feel it. As long as we're both Wesker stands.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
All day.
100%, 100%. Okay, well, wow. I could talk to you all day about
We
Silent
could
Hill,
have an
Resident
episode
Evil.
just for those two
Let's just
games.
have a
Yeah.
part one and part two on this. I think we're going to have to just do this
Honestly.
about Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and then we'll talk about all the rest of the stuff in
What
part
you
two.
wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, I got lots of questions here, Xeno.
I'm sorry.
How dare you make a mockery of my
Derailing.
podcast?
It's the Resident Evil podcast now. Step
Yes.
aside.
Yep. That's it. I'm told. Okay, so yeah, so growing up again, you mentioned, wow, here we go now. You mentioned the PS1, so you had a Nintendo 64, you had a PS1. Where did you go from there,
Mhm.
console wise? Did you have PC? What was your relationship growing from that point?
Yeah, I had every console. I had one, two, obviously the GameCube, N64, Super Nintendo, PS3, PS4. I had an original Xbox and I played like Conker's. That's the one game I played on it was the Conker remake. I was mostly a PlayStation girl, and we did have a PC. I'm gonna date myself so bad here, but I would always play like those Disney interactive games on like Windows 97. I
God,
loved
yes.
those, or like Oddworld and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I miss those
amazing.
days. Like the old DOS games were so fun. But I was
100%.
mostly on console until I got an Alienware in 2008, I want to say, and that's when I fully switched to PC. I'm like, yeah, I'm never going back. Like this runs so much better. I can put mods in, can play with my friends a little bit easier. And of course, I started World of Warcraft too, so I definitely needed a good PC for that. Played that for 8 years. So yeah, I definitely sucks. To this day, I still use Alienware too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So speaking of multiplayer games, then, so did you play? Again, you mentioned playing with your dad and stuff like that, but did you play like other console games growing up with family, with friends? When did
Oh
like
yeah.
online come into it as well? You mentioned PC and World of Warcraft. So what's your
For sure,
relationship there?
yeah. I loved playing because a lot of my friends, like my IRL friends and family, they just don't play video games, but they are willing to play like, Mario Party, Mario Kart. So I always play that with my family, my mom, my sister, my babysitters at the time, my IRL friends who also didn't like video games. And then I think my first real introduction to online was definitely World of Warcraft for sure. And that was an interesting experience. I don't know if you played World of Warcraft back in the day, but I think it was a lot different than it is now.
I've heard toxic is the word I think I've heard used a
That's
lot.
certainly one of the words. Yeah.
Yes. Again, using genders, like I heard again back in those days, female. Yeah, goodness me. Again, I've had people on this podcast talk about World of Warcraft and the gender issue, should we say? Oh, it's a female gamer. Let's just be disrespectful and rude and horrible and sexist.
Yeah. Yeah. I was in a guild and I was an off tank. Um, And I remember the main tank, I guess he just really didn't like that I was a girl and he would never even refer to me. So he would say, "Tell it to do this." And I'm like, "Oh, all right."
Wow.
And of course, nobody stood up for me either. It was a very toxic. I think it was a product of its time as well because I feel like people now wouldn't do that, right? So
Yeah.
it's good to see that getting a little bit better at least. But honestly, I was a teenager too. Like I was like in high school. I didn't really care that much about anything, to be honest. So it didn't really hurt my feelings. It was just like, whoa, what a weirdo?
There needs to be like a retrospective on YouTube about the absolute
I agree.
volatile toxicity of the Xbox
I
Live 360
honestly,
days.
honestly, I
Like
could
it
tell
was.
stories for days. Like, don't even get me started about the married men that I met when I was in high school on World of
Oh
Warcraft
no, me.
because oof,
Oh dearie me.
that's a whole other topic. But it was
Oh
a good
God.
learning experience too, though, honestly.
Goodness me. God. Yeah.
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 I still had a lot of fun though. Don't get me wrong. I miss those days. when I didn't have a job and I could just play World of Warcraft till 8 a.m. every day. It was a good time.
What was COVID like for you?
COVID. I I hope this isn't problematic, but I loved it.
Yes, I
There
agree.
was no traffic. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is that
So I was asking
problematic? Like,
because just I led from that question into that question because of the fact that I I was furloughed from work, so I was just playing games
yeah,
constantly.
yeah. We all went completely remote at my job. When I did have to go out for groceries or whatever, there was nobody on the road. It was like post-apocalyptic. I was thriving. People were wearing masks. They were staying away from me.
Yes.
Bring it back. Can we
Yes,
bring it back?
I agree. Like I completely agree. Like we have a line of supermarkets here in the UK called Aldi. They're German,
Oh yeah,
so they're very, again, the Germans, stereotypically, but also justifiably very like structured, routine, like organized, right? Very Germanic traits, and their
for
shops
sure.
are the same. And during COVID here in the UK in North Wales, they were like 2 meter distances, like across the whole of the store, and you were never allowed to breach like that 2 meter distance, and it was just the most peaceful shopping I could ever do. I was like,
Yep.
oh, I'd have my headphones, well, not my headphones, but my earpieces in, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, yeah, some cereal, and then oh, it's bliss. It was so good. And
It
then I'd
was
go
so
home and just play
nice.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
There
So,
you go. Yeah, oh my God, that was during that time, wasn't it? Yeah.
yes.
What a man, that was such a nice time.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know what it was like for you in the US, but here in the UK, we went into lockdown. There was the same week Resident Evil 3 Remake came out. So I
mhm.
platinumed Resident Evil 3 Remake in a whole week.
Yes. Yes,
And then
that's
the
how
week
you do
after
it.
Fantasy 7 Remake came out, I was like, oh, this is the best.
Oh my goodness, that's too funny. Yeah, COVID was great. Bring it back. In America, it's like it never happened. Nobody masks anymore. I
Yeah.
will say we can at least wear masks in public and not be looked at weird. At least in my state, we don't care here. So that's nice because sometimes I just don't want to put makeup on. I'll just throw on a mask and nobody cares. So I love that. But
I love that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten sick. Actually, I haven't been sick since high school. So I must be doing something right.
Yes, definitely. No, but yeah, you're right. That's one thing that since the pandemic that's happened is people do spontaneously wear masks here as well, and they're like,
Love
it's
that.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Um, okay, that was a slight detour, but I love it. I love it again. So, what are you currently playing at the moment? What are you playing on stream? What are you playing offline? What's the ratio for you in terms of playing online for your games and your streaming versus playing offline? As a hobby.
That's a great question. So I love RPGs, but I never stream them, with the exception of, Final Fantasy Tuesday, which I just recently started back up. I've been playing the Oblivion remaster, which
Yes,
was one of my
yes.
favorite games when I was little. I am just a little Oblivion fiend. Like, I've always loved it. And it's nice to see people who have never played Oblivion go in and realize Skyrim is a little bit of a downgrade in some aspects. So it's been really
Yeah.
nice to see that. Wow, Oblivion, so relaxing. I think I've got like 50 hours in it in like a month or so. So I've been no lifing that. Obviously on stream, I'm still doing Lies of P. We're doing Final Fantasy 14. I'm also about to start Final Fantasy 16. I'm thinking we just
Oh,
finished
nice.
13 2, which
Oh,
is another
interesting.
controversial. Yeah, how did you feel about 13 games?
I've not played 2 and 3, but I've played 13. I am one of the unusual people that think 13 is very underrated. I really like 13.
Thank you. Perfect. Yeah,
Two
I would
pieces
I would
apart,
definitely
sorted.
recommend the other two. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
so 13 2 fixed a lot of problems that 13 had. Sorry, to get back to your question. I'm also playing some new indie horror games on Thursday. I think Emeka just released a new game. I always play all of his games, for better or worse. Yeah, what else am I playing right now? I think that's about it. I love replaying games. I just love experiencing them again. So obviously we're on Lies of P New Game Plus 9 soon, so clearly, right? But
Let's talk about
yeah.
Emeka games then, because I mean, yeah,
Mm.
um, or maybe not. I don't know, but I mean, I think he's a very interesting individual. And
Yeah.
I really like. I mean, he hit. I don't think he quite realized what he hit with Summer 58. I genuinely don't think he realized the bottled magic, the lightning in the bottle moment he had there, because he's tried to replicate it and he's struggled since, from what I can tell, which is a shame.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Emeka for sure. I will say his music, I don't know who does his music, but those are pure bangers. Like they need to make a whole career out of that. Those are absolute bangers. In general, I don't like his games. I just feel like, but I always play them. That's the bit on my channel, is that I hate them and everybody loves that I hate them, because you just, he screams at you the same jump scare, the same sound.
Yeah.
And I just sit there like, okay. And
Yeah.
but like I try to find things to like about them too. They're silly. I think that's what I like about them, is that they're silly. Like I love Chilla's art as well. I'm in a lot of their games as a patron, because I just absolutely adore them.
Let's go. That's amazing.
I just like the silly, the silly horror that doesn't take itself too seriously.
I love Chilla's that silliness. Yeah, I can't wait for their movie.
What? I'm sorry, a movie?
Yeah, they're making a movie of the convenience store.
I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I thought you were saying Emeka was making a movie. I was like, I've been telling him he should make movies.
Yeah, I think Summer of 58 would be a banging movie.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
convenience store is going to have like some YouTubers in it, like John Wolf.
That's
he's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they're making a movie. Yeah, I thought it was a joke at first. It was like, no,
Yeah.
like, what? But it's Chill as Art. The Twitter is I love the person who does Chill as Art's Twitter. They know that they don't take themselves seriously at all.
Absolutely.
And then
They're
because
so
of that,
silly.
I was like, nah, they're not making a movie. And then it's like, no, we're making a movie. It's like, oh my god, they're making a movie? What?
That's too funny. Chilla is so fun. I love how they put my picture in the game too, because it's different every time. I remember for the train, what was the train game called?
Oh goodness.
Shinkansen Zero, I think. They put me in as a sexy bento, which I was like, you guys are so unserious for that. It was so silly. They're hilarious. I absolutely love them. I'll always support them. I hate some of their games, like Akamanto, one of the worst games I've ever played, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've played that one.
No, not played that one.
It's silly. You don't get to save, so it's just very hard. But
yeah,
I love them. Yeah, I love indie horror for the most part, and especially since they're the ones that are always trying something new.
Yes,
I think
100%.
that's what I like the most.
Like I love the bustling indie horror scene. Like it's so good to see it twinge on mainstream now. Like it's so good to see.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
been bubbling for a long time. Like if you were to do, there you go. I'm really proud of this question. I hope you like it. If you could choose a Mount Rushmore of indie horrors, what would it be?
Games or developers?
Ooh, games, but I mean,
okay.
Developers.
That's an easier question. All right, I gotta pick a Chilla game. You know I do. Best Chilla game. I gotta say Parasocial. Yeah. I loved Parasocial. I loved the story on that. White Day. White Day has to be on there. White Day is my game. That's how I started streaming. I started speedrunning that game.
Yes.
More indie horror, huh? Visage. I love Visage. Yeah. I know that one's a little controversial because how are you supposed to know what to do in that game, honestly?
Right.
Yeah, like loved it once I finished it, but it's like, how would you know to do this, right?
Yeah.
All right, last one. I probably would pick another Chilla game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's your list.
Okay.
Go for it.
I really liked what was the security one called? The Night Security.
I think it was literally.
Was it just called?
I think it was.
Yeah, it might have just been.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
The game's titles are so like.
Yeah, that's why I love them. You know exactly what you're gonna get. Though I did hear they're gonna be doing something a little bit different on the next one, so that'll be interesting to see.
Oh, that'll be good. I mean, my favorite indie horror of all time is Mortuary Assistant. I love.
How could I forget that one? Such a good game. That's so good, and the dev kept updating it for quite a while, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which you love to see.
What a dev. again, the fact that Dread XP have basically acquired him, like that's how good he was because he was a solo dev, wasn't he? That's how good he was. But they're working on the Paranormal Activity game now, which would be very interesting.
I saw
Um,
that, yeah.
yeah. Oh, that'll be very him doing Paranormal Activity just sounds like oh.
It does, yeah. Mortuary System was so unique. I loved it. Great
Yeah.
idea.
I haven't returned to it since those updates. Like I saw it when it came out, and I've intentionally avoided anything since because I want to return to it. Hopefully this October. Um,
Oh,
and
you mean you haven't done the new story yet either?
no, because
Oh, you're gonna love
didn't
it.
they didn't make like I wouldn't call it a game of the year, but like an upgrade, like a complete edition or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah,
Not played
yeah,
that.
they did.
Not
Yeah,
played
there's
that.
like an epilogue or something, I guess, kind of expands a little bit. It was very good. Yeah, I love that dev. I love, again, he doesn't take himself seriously. He puts little Santas in, he puts little clowns in. I love good clowns, so
Yeah.
I love that game. Such a good game.
So let's talk about White Day. So you're a White Day speedrunner, which
I am.
is a fascinating thing to say just as a sentence because again, not many people even know what White Day is.
Absolutely.
It's again when we talk about indie horror, White Day doesn't even come into it very often. Let's be honest.
Nope.
I only know about White Day again. Third time we're shouting out Tangamushi. I only know about it
Yep, that's how I met
because
her.
of really that's amazing. Let's go.
Yeah, she found
Um,
me while I was playing White Day. Yeah,
she's got such amazing taste in indie horror.
she does.
Again, I will shout out Tangamushi in terms of we did an indie horror special episode of the podcast. It featured Tango, Lonely Shark, and Brutal Sue. So it was really fun. And yeah, she's an absolute fountain of knowledge when it comes to indie horror. And yeah, so if it
Mhm.
wasn't for Tango, I'd never have heard of it. So how did you discover it,
Yeah.
and what's your relationship with the speedrunning of it then?
Oh, I don't know how I think I just saw it on Steam one day and I was like, this looks fun. Boy, was I wrong. That was one of the most frustrating games I've played in my life. I played my first run on hard mode because I found out that you have to in order to get, the side content.
Right.
And I'm glad I did because the side ghosts are when I fell in love with the game. Like there's 20 ghosts in the game. You can just see them around. I mean, they all have their own backstory that you can find and read about, and it's just, oh my god, it's just such an amazing game. Very hard. The janitor always knows where you are. Doesn't matter what you do, he knows. So that was very frustrating. Oh, I could go on and on about how hard that game is. It's the hardest game I've ever played in my life, and that's exactly why I decided to start speedrunning it because I'm like, this game ran me over, so I have to go and do it back to it because that was not nice. It's like there were some times during White Day it felt like they didn't want me to finish the game. Like it was a game of all time, that's for sure.
So again, talk me through how do you speedrun that game, and like what's the ranking like? Where are you in the top ranked people playing like as a speedrun and stuff? Like, yeah, what's the community like as well?
I I've maybe met 3 people who ever knew what White Day was, so I don't know a community, but my best time I wanna say was 32:28, and I wanna say right now the world record is 26-ish, something like that. I never submitted runs though because I kept meaning to do runs off stream. I don't really wanna submit an on stream run while because who knows what I'm gonna be talking about with my chat. Like, I don't want runners to be listening to any of that, you know what I mean? So
You're
I
so
I just
right.
keep meaning to do that. Yeah, and so I'm like, I don't want them hearing that. But yeah, I need to look more into the world record one because I'm a little bit curious on. There's this one puzzle where you have to know Chinese, which is hilarious because it's a Korean game, classic, really. Um,
Right.
and so the codes change every time, but there's a set amount of codes. I think it's like 8 or something. So I always wonder how they figure it out before running all the way up to that room. Like that would save a lot of time. I just don't understand how they do it. So I might have to ask one of them what their process is on that. But
Yeah.
as far as speedrunning goes, yeah, you have to know the sequence to do everything. And then there is a door skip where you can glitch through the map and just skip an entire building, which is really nice because that's one of the worst buildings in the game. So it's
Good.
really fun.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying
So
about like recording a time on stream and stuff like that. A
that's,
shout out
yeah.
to a good friend of mine, Deep Stack Dave, who is like was the world record holder for Resident Evil 2. I think
Okay.
he's in the top 2 or 3 in the world right now. But If
Nice.
I don't know if you've been on a Deep Stack Dave stream, his stream is just full of noise. Like everyone spams all the emotes and the sounds and
I
all
love
that
it.
stuff. And I'm like, I just feel you just mentioning that now. This makes me wonder, like people who are like, submitting the time. Okay, the adjudicators, aren't they? Like the mods and
Hmm.
stuff. Just watching, just checking to see if everything's
Yeah.
correct. I'm like, what else going on in this stream?
Right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. It's like, and especially for the streamer, like I don't understand how some of them concentrate when
Oh right,
when
yeah.
there's so much
I've
going
had this
on.
conversation
Like,
with Dave many times. I have no idea.
yeah. I don't get they're just built different. I do sometimes find myself just ignoring chat, which is fine because they'll sometimes, entertain themselves, which is nice. But it's hard speedrunning and streaming at the same time for sure. It makes me
I
wonder how much better my time will be offline.
Yeah, I've done. The only game I've ever done speedrunning on is Resident Evil 2 OG. I'm not very good, and there's loads of people that run it. So like,
Oh yeah,
I think I'm like 80th in the world or something like that. So
that's still
um,
pretty good.
for me, like with Resident Evil 2 OG, for me when I was a kid and I played it on the PS1, I didn't know about obviously about PC and door skips and stuff. We can do this door skip on Resident, which saves so
Yep.
much time. In my head as a kid, I always wanted to try and beat the game in under an hour. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if it was possible.
Hmm.
All this stuff, but for me, like, I mean, I used to be able to. I was used to play Resident Evil 2 so much anyway, and I knew like the quickest way to do it and all that stuff anyway. And I've always been like, oh, like that's a dream of mine, and I've achieved it. Like I've now beaten Resident Evil
There you
2
go.
in
Yeah.
under an hour. I mean, the fastest times, like I don't even know what 38 minutes, 42. I can't remember now. It's
Oh,
around
I'm
the
sure.
40
Yeah,
mark.
they're
I'm
crazy out
nowhere
there.
near world record,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't care to be. Like the stress that people go through to
Yeah.
be number one or whatever. Like, yeah, I'm like, no, I haven't got that mentality. I just don't,
I
you
don't
know.
either.
But I have done a couple of runs online, but like you just said, yeah, offline, I'm much better. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't have the competitiveness in me to because even though I'm fairly close, it's only because there's only like two people on Earth that play White Day. That's the only reason I'm even that close to the world record. Like,
that's still amazing
but
though.
yeah,
It's still amazing.
it's
That's
such
the
a good
first thing
game.
you
It's
say in
it's
your
one of those
profile.
games. Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's what I was originally known for, and I haven't been doing runs as often recently. Of course, we did one on White Day. We have to, but I'd like to integrate back into that again for sure.
And those words are really important. Again, and a fourth time we're going to shout out Tango. I'm so sorry. Tango's going to be like, oh my God.
We love Tango.
We love you,
She
Tango.
Tango. Listen, one time I got really drunk, and I
One
told
time?
Tango just how much I love her. So,
Oh my
hang
God.
on,
Was there a clip of this?
let's not get into it. Okay, she knows. Like I had to send an apology DM the next day, and she was like, "Girl, you're fine," and I was like, "Oh, I feel terrible."
Absolutely
So
love you,
she
Tango. We both
knows I
love you.
love her.
But yeah, another shout out to Tango. Like again, just talking about profiles. Like again, that was one of the. I remember now. That was one of the reasons why I followed her. Is because again, I saw you with your White Days Speed. I thought that's unusual. Tango mentioned that I have no mouth and I must scream on her
Love that game.
bio.
Yeah.
And again, not many people really talk about it. And I played it on stream. That was one of the first games I played on stream, like about 6 years ago. And like I
Depressing
was like,
game.
what? Oh goodness me, so depressing.
It's so depressing.
I don't think I can play it again.
Oh yeah. It's
But yeah,
such
it
a
was
good
like
game though.
immediate
I
follow.
agree. You would think more people would play it considering it's just on Steam now, right? So like it's
Yeah,
accessible.
yeah. It's still janky though. It's still like, oh
Oh, of
god.
course. You can
Yeah.
tell it's a product of its time, but
Again, we talk about
it's a
Visage
classic.
being how the hell do you figure this out? It's the same problem
Yes.
with I have no mouth.
Absolutely. I was on Google half of that playthrough. Like I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah. Same. Oh man. Actually, no, let's talk about Visage then, or Visage. I really, I have a love-hate relationship with that game. Like, I really,
Fair.
again, when PT came out, and we want to talk about that. That's the first and only time I'll mention those two letters. I remember Allison Road being announced and thinking, oh my
Yep.
god, this Allison Road game looks amazing. Then it
Hmm.
went down the pan, and then Visage or Visage, I was like, "Oh, this looks really good. This is a spiritual successor. Then let's see how it goes." And it scared the shit out of me. Like
So
so
scary.
scary. Yeah, not many
It's
indie horrors are as scary as it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it takes a lot to scare me, and that game's atmosphere really creeped me out. And I would say part of it is the house kind of looks like mine. Like the foyer, especially, is like identical. So I'm like, this is my house. My house is now haunted. Love that. But yeah, it was very scary, very atmospheric.
Was gonna say, is
Some
that your
chapters were
background for real, by the way?
no, it's a screen. It's funny because this is actually my exercise room because it's the coldest room in the house. So right behind the screen is an elliptical and a treadmill. So that's why the screen is there because we don't need that. That wouldn't be cute.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, with Visage, it was such an interesting development cycle too because they released one chapter at a time, and I remember it was a Kickstarter game, right? And I remember people were really pressuring them to release more chapters quickly, and I think they felt a little bit pressured, and that's why I think we don't see them around anymore. I think they're done with making games after their bad experience with the Kickstarter, which is too bad. They were such good devs.
It's a shame. Because I really feel like they had a lot of positives that I've not seen in many games since. Let's be honest. Like, I mean,
Agree.
yeah, it was very flawed, and yeah, like I
Oh
said, I
yeah.
don't think
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
think I could ever return to it because it's head scratchingly awkward. But like the actual story and the vibes and the atmosphere, oh yeah, off the charts good, really is.
So good, and like the story was so, of course, I don't know why horror games always have to be so sad. That game is heartbreaking. Especially that opening. Like that is one of the craziest openings in a video game I've ever seen. Like he's just shooting his whole family, and it's like, what is this game about? And then you find out and it's like, oh great, that ruined my day. So but it was so good, and it was so unique, so many different things that they tried. Each chapter was so different.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
But like
Okay,
you said, the controls were bad, so like
yeah.
really bad.
So I've barely gone through any of my questions,
I know we are
but I
certified
do not
yappers
mind this.
today.
Yeah, I do not mind this one iota because I've absolutely loved chatting with you.
Me too.
But one thing I would like to know is how did you come up with your streamer name?
Okay, this is not very creative, so you're gonna be disappointed.
Okay.
I love xenomorphs, so that's where the xeno comes from, and I love foxes. But when I wrote down fox as it is, I was like, this isn't very aesthetic, so I changed it to AUX, and I was like, that looks better. So that was it.
It works. It's
It
brilliant.
just works.
It just works. Sometimes, yeah. Just like Johnny
That's yeah.
underscore beard works.
I mean, I see the brand,
Yeah, people
so
quite often. There's a running theme on my channel actually. Of how did you get your name Johnny B? To like, and I make
huh.
some
It's a
absolute
long
BS
story.
story. Make some absolute BS story up about it. But yeah, yeah, and that's why. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, it's just simple,
yeah.
simple.
So let's talk about your streaming journey then. So what was it that got you to hit that go live button? So talk to me about what it was like to hit go live. What was your first stream like? But backtracking from that point, what were the elements and the moments that led towards you making the decision? And how did it all come together? What was it like?
Yeah. I remember my very first stream. I played a Plague Tale. I didn't even have a camera or anything. And it's funny because during that stream, I met someone that to this day is still a part of the community. He was my very first follower, very first friend on Twitch. So it's really nice to look back and see that, people from back then are still around. Like,
Give him
people
a
come and
shout
go
out.
on Twitch, but yeah, it's Savage Nennis.
Awesome,
He's an absolute
nice.
angel. Um, and I started streaming because around the end of 21, I went through a breakup. My relationship of 6 years that ended, and I also lost my job. So
Oh
it was a
no.
lot at once, yeah.
Yeah.
And so because of that, because I lived with him, so I moved back in with my mom, which was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm moving back in with my mom. Still live with her. You couldn't pay me to leave now because I love it here.
That's brilliant.
Um, I was like, you know what? I suddenly have a lot of free time. Like, what if I just gave this, a try? And I'm so glad I did because the friends that I've made have been like amazing, absolutely incredible. The people that I've met on here. So
It's amazing. And a Plague Tale. That's a very interesting game to start off with as well. Yeah.
I hadn't played it yet. So I was like, you know what? I want to play it and I want to stream. So I'll just start with that. And then from there, I went back to horror because at the end of the day, that's just what I always go back to. It's just the most
Yeah.
fun.
Incredible, incredible. So, in terms of like again, I've commented on it before, and I will do it again. Your aesthetic is just incredible. Like again,
Thank you.
I love gothic culture, and I love again, just everything you've got going is just absolutely amazing. Like I don't
Thank
know
you so
how
much.
you do what you I don't know how long it takes for you to do what you do, but like you
That's
absolutely
hilarious.
you rock it.
Thank
And
you.
has that always been like how has that evolved like over the years, like even before pre-streaming?
Um, Yeah, people ask me this all the time, and I always tell the same story because it cracks me up. So I've always looked like this. When I was in high school, there was a rumor about me that I could turn people into frogs. And so that's just always been an ongoing joke that I'm just the witch of the family. So, which is funny because I feel like I'm a little bit more vampire goth than witch goth, but you know
Yeah.
what? They don't know better. So bless them, you know?
I'm surprised they don't call you emo, to be honest, but yeah.
Exactly. Like they all throw it into one. And so it's like, people are hilarious. I remember one of my coworkers asked me to hex somebody, her landlord, for her. So it's like, you know what, girl? Sure, sure.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
You know what? Yeah,
If
I'm
you
not even
pay
gonna
me, I'll
argue
do
anymore.
it.
It's like, no, I don't actually do witchcraft. I just like to look like this. That's
Yeah.
it.
I always wished I could be a goth. Like that's the thing, right?
Do
I have really
it.
fair skin. I have ginger beard. Right. When I
It's
was a
perfect.
teenager, when I was a teenager, I did go down the goth route. I tried to grow my hair out, but it went into an afro. So
Oh my, that's
I
interesting.
I colored my hair black. So I had this big black afro. Obviously, I didn't have a beard at the time. I was a teenager, so I had like this,
Right.
but I had blonde. What we call in the UK bum fluff. It's basically really
Oh my god.
yellow blonde, like whispery beard. So I had this
Yeah.
whispery beard and a big black afro.
That is.
I
We had to
tried
get you a
so
straight iron or
hard.
something.
I wore like Marilyn Manson hoodies. I had my black
Yeah.
fingernails done, and I used to wear mascara. I just looked a mess. I just can't rock it. I just tried. I tried for a few years. I was like, I'm a goth in here, but not out there. I've
That's all you
tried.
need, really. That's, I
Yeah.
mean, that's fair. The makeup and everything, it's a lot. It's a lot of upkeep for
Yes.
sure, especially the hair, and especially if you're in like a natural, redhead or blonde. I know that they struggle because I know when the blonde roots grow in, they start to look a little bit like they're balding. It looks
Yeah.
bad, so I feel awful
Yeah.
for them.
100%. I well, at one point, I'll tell another story. I At one point I went. I thought it'd be well, black's just too obvious. I thought it'd go jet black, so I went dark blue, royal blue, really dark blue.
Okay.
And that time, I thought I'd do my eyebrows as well. So I colored my eyebrows, and it was the worst decision. And I
Oh
had like
no.
acne, like flaking skin for like
Oh
I'm not
my
even kidding, about
god.
10 years.
Oh my
I just do that, swipe with my eyebrow, and it just flake like that
Oh
down my face.
no.
It was the worst decision I'd ever made.
That is too, I need to see pictures. Like I
I know. I
that's gotta
have
be
got
amazing.
pictures. I do have pictures. Oh no,
I
I
gotta
might
see him.
DM
I
you
gotta see
them.
him.
I'll DM
Yeah,
you
yeah.
them. You
Okay.
guys aren't seeing nothing.
Fair, fair, yeah. When I was in high school, I actually was a scene kid for my first year of high school. So I had like the raccoon stripes and all that. And then I was like, yeah, this is too much work. We're going back to the classic, you know?
Oh, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Like
Yeah.
again, I mean, like gothic culture. Like my mum was is a goth. Like she's been rocking the goth look like since the '80s, and she still rocks it now. And she's like in her
Oh,
mid to late '50s.
love that.
Yeah, so she has brown hair. So and she's dyed it black like pretty much her whole life, or black and red. So I'm like, so
Yeah, it's a lot of
yeah,
upkeep. It really
yeah.
is.
No mind, no mind. Okay, so tell me about some of your favorite streaming memories then. So how long have you been streaming for, and what are some of your highlights from that time then that come to mind?
Yeah, so I think it's been about 3 years, if my math is correct. Not my best subject, but um, there's been a lot of really good memories. Obviously, the people that I've met have been great, but there have been a couple times like I'm sure you've had this happen too because they do this a lot. But I was playing RE6, I believe, and Piers's what is that called? Like face model. He came
Oh,
into
okay,
my chat, and of course my mods were sus. They're like, no, that's not him. And they looked him up and they double checked, and it was really him. And I was like, oh my god,
that's so
Piers, you're my
cool.
favorite.
That's
So to have
amazing.
Best Boy come in, like I was so excited. And then Wesker's voice actor and the remake came in as well while I was playing the DLC for the remake, and that was a lot of fun because I love me some Wesker.
Amazing.
Yeah, those
Let's
those are
go.
definitely my best Memories. I also met, I'm sure you know Sneevil. She's a Resident Evil
I
speedrunner.
do.
I
Shout out to
remember when
Sneevil. She's been on our podcast. Yes,
has she, I have to watch, I love her. I love her so much.
she's amazing.
She's so sweet. I remember when I first met her and she rated me and I was like, oh my God, I was like starstruck because she's like this huge speedrunner and like she's so sweet. I couldn't believe how nice she was. And that
She's
was,
so
to this day,
sweet.
I still love her. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
her.
Like again, when it comes to energy, oh my god.
I wish I could have a percentage of what she has.
I completely agree.
She's amazing. I love
Yeah.
her.
I love her to death. Yeah, she's amazing. So definitely shout out to Sneevil and check that episode out, guys, for sure.
Yes.
No, she's wonderful. Yeah. Oh wow, awesome. Let's go. Wesker and Pierce. Oh my god.
Right? The best boys?
The best boys. The best boys. It was meant to be.
It
Um,
was. It was
but
fate.
I've got a question for you that has been given from a previous streamer on the podcast. Again, it's anonymous. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But that
Oh,
question,
gotcha.
I like that question. You got a good one. We've had some interesting ones over the time, but you got a good one. So your question, Zeno, is if you were a game designer, what changes would you make to your favorite game?
All right. White Day, I'm coming for you. We got to change the janitor's AI. Like, that's the reason that nobody wants to play. It's the reason that I love this game so much and I can never recommend it to anybody because it's so unfair. Like, if they just tweaked his AI just a little bit, he doesn't always need to be up you, you know? He doesn't always need to be right there. I think it could be one of the perfect games, but also like the Chinese puzzle. Like, what do you mean I have to know Chinese to do this puzzle in my Korean game? That is the craziest decision I've ever seen in my life. Like, who greenlit that, you know?
It's
I
so
gotta go with
true.
that for sure.
That's completely fair. It's very mod to White Day. You would have thought maybe someone might have thought about janitor change of AI type of mod, maybe.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be so unfair. The game's hard enough even without him. Like you could take him out of the game, it's still hard, you know?
Me,
So,
goodness. So, yeah, final question then, really, which is if you were to think about, actually, no, I'm going to ask you two more questions. Can I please have a small bit more of your time? Ask you two
of
questions. But the
course, of
first question
course.
being that, what advice would you consider giving anyone that's thinking about streaming? What have you picked up over the years? What would you say?
I would say the biggest thing is you have to have boundaries with people and your chat and your community. Um, I know starting out, when I first started out, I felt like I was being mean in implementing them, and you're not. You're not. You're protecting your space and your peace, and you have to have those boundaries. It's very important because people will walk all over you if you don't. And people will respect it if you just lay them out too, for the most part. So definitely that is the biggest thing for me. And I wish I knew that when I started. It would have saved me a lot of headache.
Yes, sound advice, that's for sure. Yeah, no, yeah, I need to practice that as well.
We
I'm
all
a big
do.
softy. I'm like,
Yeah.
hi, and then
Yeah.
my mods are like, she'll like, I'm like,
Yeah, the mods are like the sharks coming in, like, no, here's the law. I
yeah.
love it.
I've got good mods, to be fair. Like that,
Good. I
they
love
will
that.
pounce. They know I'm a big softy, and they like, JB, we're
Oh.
gonna sort this out. And I'm like, sometimes they've sorted out without me even realizing. I'm like, I'm playing the
Yeah.
game. I'm like, oh, who have you banned? What have you done? What happened?
What
They're like,
happened? Yeah.
we sorted it, JB. You're fine. We'll DM you
Yeah. Play
afterwards.
your
I'm like,
game, streamer.
okay, yeah, yeah.
I love that. It's so nice to have good mods. I love my mods as well. They're always taking care of me, and especially when I'm, a little drunk occasionally.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So yeah, the other question I was going to ask. Yes, you mentioned you are on a push for Twitch partner, which is absolutely incredible. Again, congratulations on hitting that. And
Thank
then
you.
fingers crossed. You never know. By the time this does come out, you might have hit it.
Never know.
We have
Yeah.
got we got a track record on this podcast. I must say. I don't want to jinx anything, but
Yeah, you're my good
of
luck.
people. Yeah, I could be. Like it has happened. We've
Yeah.
had people on the push come on the podcast, and then by the time the podcast comes out, they're practically partner. So you
Oh
never
my
know.
goodness. I hope so. Yeah. You never know.
So let's talk about that just as a final question. What is the grind like? What is what's the pros and cons of that? It's an amazing achievement in itself, but hopefully we obviously got the
Yeah.
momentum that it can keep on pushing. So yeah, tell us
Yeah,
about
for
that.
sure. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is the momentum. Like I went on vacation 2 weeks ago. So I didn't start my partner push until after because I was like, now that I'm pushing, I cannot take even a single day off because that just ruins the momentum. And it's a stressful thought for sure. And it's definitely very stressful having to watch my analytics because I never ever did that because it just would stress me out. Like I'm just not one of those people that I can look at my numbers. And so that's hard too. Because it's just how do you retain people? Like you don't know. Like you either do or you don't. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it could be the time of day, the month, it could be anything. So
Yeah.
just getting that through my head that it's not always my fault if a stream doesn't do well. Things like that. Like it's very, very easy as a streamer to get in your own head. And we all need to be a little bit nicer to ourselves, I think, for sure. And a little bit less hard on ourselves.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And again, one thing I have noticed as well, some people struggle with once they hit, like, fingers crossed you hit that partner, and good luck to you,
Hmm.
of course, but then once you've hit the partner, there's the post partner dip as well, isn't it? Again,
Yes,
that plays like on your
100%.
brain as well. So
Yep.
goodness
And
me.
it always happens in my experience, what I've seen, it always happens, which is crazy. So it's like, I don't know if it's the push that does it and then people are a little bit tired, including the streamer. Like I'm sure I'll be exhausted. I'm probably be like, I need a break. Because I decided I'm only gonna do like if we don't get it in 2 months, we like the push is over. We're not turning it into a partner pilgrimage, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just go back to what I was doing and if at that point we get it, we get it. And if we don't, that's fine too. At least we had fun. Like we're doing giveaways and stuff. We're just having a good time. That's the main goal at the end of the day for me because otherwise I will stress myself out and make myself sick.
I think that is so mature to say that, though. Again, some people, it consumes them, doesn't it? So,
Yeah, they really, and especially nowadays, you don't get anything for partner anymore. I would love the emote slots. That's about it, though. Like the split is the same now, and you get a check mark. That's about it.
yeah, yeah. I want the VIP slots. I've run out of VIPs.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Yeah, we need more VIP slots. There's
Yeah.
simply not enough.
I don't know why they just don't give more anyway. Like,
Why are they limited? Yeah.
I had a thing last year. So last year was my birthday, and I was like, I'm not doing a subathon. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm doing a VIP-a-thon because I wasn't sure how the VIP system worked. And apparently, I got 50 slots. So for 50 VIP slots, I thought, as I was looking into the like, how do you get it? It's like to get 100 or 200, you have to have, I think it was 100 people in chat
Yeah.
to unlock the 100 VIP slot. I thought, okay, I want everyone there just to come in and say hello. I'm not asking you to stay part. I'm
Yeah.
just asking you to say hello. And we did a VIP-a-thon, and I took everyone's name, and we hit like 120, 130 people, I think. But
That
apparently, it
is
has to
such a
be.
cute idea.
It was really sweet, having people come
Yeah.
in and turn up and go and hi and then leave or stay.
Yeah. I love
Um,
that.
it was really cool, but it didn't work because it has to be like it's over a certain like I don't know like 5 minutes,
Ah,
half an hour. I don't
Twitch.
know how much. They're just their vagueness. I didn't know how much it
Yeah,
was.
Twitch vagueness. You love it.
Yeah, so we didn't unlock it, and I was like, that's a shame. But it was
Oh, that's
like you
sad.
said,
It
it
was
was
fun.
really sweet
Yeah.
having people come in. Like we had lurkers who say I don't normally say hello, just lurk, but hi.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so nice. Thanks for doing that. Type of thing. It was so sweet.
Yeah. That's so sweet. You have such unique ideas. I absolutely love the idea of a VIP-a-thon. That's adorable.
Yeah, steal it. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Xeno, I could talk to you for another hour. I kind of wish I could,
I
but
honestly could too. 3 hours.
you
3 hour
are
podcasting coming, but
you are
I'm
a
sure you've got
wonderful
things to
being.
do today.
Yeah, it's getting late now. God, it's what we're talking about. This is out on a Sunday afternoon. That's what this is. It's not
Oh
another
yeah.
time pre-recorded
That's
podcast.
right.
What you're talking about. But it has been you're a wonderful being. You're incredible. I said to you off the record as well. Like I've respected and admired you from afar for years, and it's been an honor to raid you a couple of times. And you've got such a great vibe, such a great aesthetic, a lovely community, and learning so much more about you today. You're absolutely incredible. So thank you for being a wonderful
Thank
guest.
you so much tonight. Today was so fun. I could yap with you for hours, but I do have to stream in 20 minutes. I mean,
Oh
I'm
God.
always late anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm always late. They know.
Well,
So
one more time, can you just tell us where we can find you on your socials? And yeah, you can
absolutely. You
point to
can
your right. I think it's that way. Yeah, that's way. Yeah, that's where your
okay.
socials are.
I
That's
was
there
like,
for me. Yeah, there's
okay.
Xeno's socials.
You crack me up. You can find me on twitch.tv/Xenofaux, TikTok. I'm also Xenofaux, and Twitter. I'm also Xenofaux.
The one and only.
Xenofaux everywhere. I'm lucky it's never been taken.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, thank you so much. You were an
Thank
incredible
you.
guest.
Truly. This made
Everyone
my day. This was so fun.
follow Xenofaux, definitely. Yeah, you made my evening. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Give everyone a follow, give all that love, and I'll see you to the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.